So while I was in Keokuk as well, I was there for 7.5 months. So this was a good chunk of my mission. I have a lot of memories from this area. Our very first day, me and Sister Pratt, we had gone just around the block from our house, and we saw a member outside who had actually driven home with us. And so we kind of talked to him, hey, do you know anyone in the area that we can go talk to? And he was so excited to have sisters in the area. We were opening up this area as well, forgot to mention. And he's like, well, you can go across the street, this family right here. I've been meaning to talk to them. They're new here. So I'll walk over there with you right now. So we go over right across the street, and there's this man named Keith, and I think he was just working out in the yard, and then his wife Tina was smoking on the porch. And they're like, yeah, come on up, we'll meet you. So we just introduced ourselves, and I think Brother Cavalier, this member, just said, hey, do you mind if they come over tomorrow morning and read the scriptures with you? And we're like, oh yeah, that's bold, good job. And she's like, yeah, sure, come over. I'm trying to get back into my Bible study. So we go over the next morning, and I feel like immediately there was this connection. We got really close to her, and we found out that, you know, her husband was an alcoholic, and there was just some hard things going on in the home, but she had a genuine desire to follow God and to have the blessings come into her life. So we started reading the Book of Mormon with her, and she had so many questions, which I loved. I loved it when people just asked as many questions as they could, and she just wanted to soak up all of the knowledge that she had been missing, and just wanted to understand God better. She had read through the Book of Mormon, and she was ready for something else, so we got her the Doctrine and Covenants, and she started reading that and loved it. And I saw a complete change in this woman. Before, she was so rough around the edges, smoking. She tried quitting. I'm not so sure how she's doing now, but she had quit for a time. Her house had completely, it looked so different. She cleaned up her surroundings. Her husband and her had a better relationship. Her kid, everything just was, the gospel had really taken effect in that home. And it was from the power of the Book of Mormon, I really believe, that as she started reading it, it just changed everything. I still have a love for her. She's not baptized yet, still has some addictions, but I know one day she'll ever overcome those, because she's just so pure and just wants that in her life. So it was really cool to be able to meet her. So also in Keokuk, there was this family, the Salyers family, and Sister Pratt had met them on an exchange. She had just come across the wife, talked to her, asked her if we could come back, and little did we know they had met with missionaries in the past, about 4 years ago, and they started to feel a little pushed into the gospel, and so they just dropped the missionaries and hadn't talked to them since. So it was a miracle that Sister Pratt talked to Mary. She invited us back, and this was just fun. I feel like it was just awesome being with that family. Kind of kindred spirit feeling, you know that you were just meant to be in an area just to benefit from them. I feel like that's how it was for me. It was really relaxing to be able to go over there, be in their presence. Of course, we were teaching the gospel, being missionaries, but it was also just fun. They were hilarious. They would joke around with us. They had 3 young kids that would give us nuggies and punch us, and we would do stuff with them on P days. So it really was this family that became our family. And they weren't members at the time, but they were just so sweet, welcomed us in, fed us a lot. And Mike, the father, really wanted to know and experiment upon what we were teaching. And there were some addictions in that household as well, and I think that's what was keeping them back, and also I'm sure some other things. But he just had so many questions, and we wanted to help answer him. He had deep questions, more than just like, is the church true? It was just really deep. He wanted a full understanding of the gospel. And it got to the point where we're like, okay, you know so much, you need to get baptized. And we kept, telling them, can you get baptized on this date, that we're having a baptismal service now? Can you have it, or in the next few weeks? And they were never ready. And I don't think we ever got to really the root of it. But I know that family is going to, partake of the gospel one day. They're so good. And we told them all the time, you guys are dry Mormons. If you would just hurry up and get baptized, all will be good. And I still keep in touch with them a little bit. And so missions are fun. It's fun to watch people learn and also just have fun with them. And that's kind of what this particular family was for me.